The rainy bookshop at the end of the lane. Rain rests softly on the narrow lane, spreading a silver shine over the stones and making every window glow with a gentle, blurred light. At the end of the lane, where the rooftops lean close together and the evening has settled into a deep blue hush, the old bookshop waits with its warm lamps lit. The door is painted a faded green, softened by years of weather and touch. A small brass bell hangs above it, quiet now, with a round, mellow shine. The glass in the door holds the reflection of rain, lamplight, and a pale curtain moving slowly inside. You step beneath the small awning and feel the rain fall away from your coat in cool beads. The sound outside is steady and kind, a low patter on the awning, a softer tapping on the windows, a faint running in the gutter at the edge of the lane. Inside, the bookshop is warm. The air carries the dry comfort of paper, polished wood, wool, and a little tea. The floorboards answer softly underfoot. Near the front window, a lamp with a cream shade gives a calm circle of light to a low table stacked with books. The rain on the window is the first clear sound. It comes and goes in layers, some drops light as fingertips, some rounder and slower, all of them joining into one patient rhythm. The shop seems to breathe with that rhythm, taking in the wet night and giving back warmth. Your coat comes off and rests on a wooden peg near the door. Its damp cloth grows still. A pair of old rugs, woven in deep red and brown, gathers the warmth of the room beneath your feet. The green door closes with a soft wooden sound. Nothing outside needs attention. The lane is quiet. A few windows across the way show squares of honey-colored light, softened by rain. Far above, behind curtains, a floorboard gives one sleepy creak, and the sound fades into the steady water on glass. A reading chair waits near the front, low and wide, with a cushion shaped by many peaceful evenings. Beside it stands a small table, a ceramic cup, and a reading lamp. The lamp is already glowing, and its light pools gently across the arm of the chair. The bookshop has narrow aisles, each one lined with shelves that rise almost to the ceiling. The shelves are dark oak, smooth along the edges, and the books sit close together, their cloth spines worn soft by time. Some lean a little. Some stand straight. All are quiet. The rain returns to the window, soft and even. The drops gather near the top of the pane and travel downward in clear paths, each path catching the lamplight for a moment. Outside, the lane shines. Inside, the wood holds its warmth. A small counter rests along the side wall, with a green-shaded lamp, a square of clean cloth, and a tray for tea. Behind it, a kettle sits on a low warmer, not loud, not asking for notice, only giving a faint, pleasant breath of steam. The first small part of the evening is settled there. The door is closed. The coat is hung. The room is warm. The rain has taken its place beyond the windows, and the lamp has taken its place within the room. You move farther inside, slowly, as if the shop has its own unhurried pace. The floorboards are smooth in the center of the aisles, gently worn by years of quiet steps. A faint scent of cedar comes from the shelves, mingling with the warm paper smell. On one side are travel books with soft blue covers and cream maps folded into their backs. On another side are nature books, with drawings of leaves, rain clouds, garden paths, and small birds resting on branches. The spines carry plain titles in gold and brown. No title asks to be chosen. No page calls for effort. The books are only present, keeping their calm weight on the shelves, making the room feel full in a peaceful way. Each shelf is like a wall of sleep-colored texture, cloth, paper, glue, and shadow. The rain on the window grows a little fuller, still gentle, still even. It sounds deeper against the awning and lighter against the high panes. The lamp near the chair shines through the moving lines of water, and the room seems wrapped in a soft veil. A narrow aisle leads toward the back of the shop, where a second chair waits near a round table. The table holds a low bowl of smooth stones, pale gray and soft brown, gathered perhaps from a beach long ago. Their cool surfaces catch a little light. Along the back wall, a row of older books rests behind glass. The glass is clear and clean, and the little brass key remains in the cabinet lock, turned to a safe place. The books rest there because their bindings are delicate, kept gently behind the clean pane. The cabinet is complete as soon as it comes into view. The key is there. The glass is closed. The books are safe. Their faded spines rest behind the pane, touched by amber light and the soft reflection of the rug and warm wool. The rain keeps its gentle pattern, and the warm room keeps its soft hold. A small rug lies before the cabinet, faded at the center, thick at the edges. Its wool feels steady under each slow step. The colors are muted by years of sun and lamplight, all deep rose, brown leaf, quiet blue, and the tender beige of old linen. Near the cabinet, the kettle breathes again. Its steam rises in a thin white thread and disappears above the tray. The sound is only a low murmur, softer than the rain. It offers the thought of tea, warm hands, and a cup held without any need to drink it fast. On the tray are a brown pot, a cup, a folded cloth, and a small tin of leaves. The tin lid lifts with a quiet touch. Inside, the tea smells like toasted grain, flowers dried in summer, and a little honeyed warmth. The lid rests beside the tin. Water pours into the pot in a slow stream. The sound is round and close, a small indoor rain answering the rain outside. Steam rises, curls, and thins. The pot grows warm beneath its handle. The cloth waits folded beside it. The tea corner is finished now. The leaves are in the pot. The water is poured. The lid is set down. Only the soft warmth gathers in the brown ceramic while the shop grows quieter around it. The rain on the window continues, steady as a familiar song without words. It darkens the lane and brightens the glass. Every drop turns the outside world into a soft painting, and every lamp inside becomes warmer for being seen through rain. You walk along the middle aisle with one hand near the shelf, close enough to feel the air change beside the books. The old cloth bindings seem to hold a mild warmth of their own. Some spines are ribbed, some are smooth, some are faded almost to the color of mist. A book near the end of the shelf leans forward a little. It is not falling. It only needs a small, calm nudge back into line. The spine settles against its neighbors with a muffled touch, and the whole row looks easier, as if it has exhaled. Another shelf has a few books lying flat, where space has been made for them. They are placed neatly in a small stack, largest at the bottom, smallest at the top. The edges of their pages form pale stripes, slightly uneven, soft as folded linen. The bookshop offers one small, gentle activity, and it is enough for the whole evening. A few books can be set straight. A few gaps can be eased. A few loose papers can be placed in a drawer. Each motion is quiet, complete, and without demand. At the end of the aisle, a wooden cart waits with a handful of books on its top shelf. The cart has rounded handles and small wheels that turn with a low, careful sound. The books on it are already sorted by size, their covers calm under the lamplight. One book returns to the travel shelf. One book rests with the garden books. One book, with a cover the color of warm milk, belongs with essays near the front table. Each one finds a place that feels natural, and the shelf looks calmer when it is set down. The rain returns to the window in a fuller whisper. The kettle rests. The lamp glows. The books stand together. Nothing is unfinished in the old bookshop, only gently arranged, one little corner at a time. The tea is poured now. It slips into the cup in a dark amber ribbon and gives off a mild scent of grain and flowers. The cup warms the air above it. The ceramic is smooth, with a rounded handle made for resting fingers. The first sip is not necessary to name. It is warm, plain, and kind. It brings the warmth of the tray into the hands, then into the chest, then into the quiet space behind the eyes. The rain outside makes the tea seem even warmer. The front chair receives you easily. Its cushion gives way in a slow, soft manner and holds its shape around the body. A knitted throw lies over one arm, heavy enough to feel grounding, light enough to move with a quiet fold. The throw settles over the knees. The wool is soft, slightly textured, and warm from the room. Its woven threads catch at the fingertips in the smallest ridges. The chair, the cup, the lamp, and the rain become the whole world for a while. Across the lane, the blurred lights in other windows remain steady. No faces appear. No voices reach the shop. Only the idea of other quiet rooms exists, far enough away to be peaceful, close enough to make the night feel companionable. The lamp beside the chair has a brass stem, smooth where hands have touched it through many evenings. Its shade makes the light fall downward, leaving the ceiling dim and the lower room warmly lit. Books near the chair glow along their edges. A slim volume rests on the side table. Its cover is soft gray without a bright picture, and its pages open easily in the middle. The words inside are not important tonight. The book may simply rest there, open to the warmth as part of the room. The rain on the window has become the steady sound of the evening. It taps, slides, pauses, returns. It gathers on the glass and loosens again. It keeps saying the same quiet thing in slightly different ways, and the shop listens without moving. The tea cools a little in the cup, still warm enough for the hands. Steam rises less often now. The scent remains, faint and sweet. The cup returns to the table with a soft sound on the wood, and the sound is complete as soon as it is made. Far back in the shop, one small lamp lights the cabinet of older books. Its glow is lower than the front lamp, more amber, almost like candlelight, yet steady and safe. The glass reflects the aisle, the rug, and a thin line of rain-bright window. The reflections show the warm aisle, the rug, the cabinet, and the thin line of rain-bright window. The cabinet is only a cabinet. The aisle is only an aisle. The rain is only rain. Each simple thing is allowed to be exactly itself, and that is what makes the room so easy to rest inside. A book on the chair arm slips a little against the wool throw. It stops against the cushion, its pages closed. You place it on the table beside the cup, where it lies flat and quiet, settled without a sound. The old bookshop holds many small textures: the rounded edge of the table, the fine grain in the wood, the soft worn places on the chair arms, the cool ceramic of the cup near the rim, the dry, feathery page edge beneath a resting hand. It also holds many small smells: tea leaves, rain in cloth, old paper, beeswax polish, a trace of wool, a little dust warmed by lamps. None of them stands above the others. They blend into the calm scent of a room that has cared for books for a long time. The rain on the window keeps its place. It is softer now, or the room has grown more still. The drops make pale paths down the glass, and beyond them the lane is only a shine, a low wall, a dark roof, a softened lamp across the way. A shelf near the front table still has a small gap wide enough for the cream-colored book. The book is lifted from the table and carried over without haste. It slides into the gap with a quiet brush of cloth on cloth. It fits easily. That was the last book from the small cart. The cart is empty. Its wooden shelves are clear. It rests beside the aisle with its handles turned inward. Nothing remains to be shelved. The gentle activity of the evening has come to rest. The cart is empty and still. The shelves are even. The loose book is placed. The tea is poured. The coat is drying on the peg. The door is closed. The old bookshop is complete for the night, and the rain continues beyond the glass. There is still time for the room to be felt more fully, in the slow way a quiet room reveals itself after the small tasks are done. The front table holds a few flat objects that belong exactly where they are: a paperweight of green glass, a smooth wooden ruler, a stack of blank cards, and a pencil with a soft, rounded point. The green glass paperweight has tiny bubbles inside it, held there as if they are little pieces of rain that found a warmer home. The lamp shines through it and places a pale green oval on the table. The oval does not move except when the rain makes the window bright and dim. The rain on the window returns as the center of the room. It is a soft boundary, a silver curtain between the wet lane and the dry shelves. Its sound makes every object inside seem closer, more touchable, more gently held in place. A blank card rests near the paperweight. Its surface is thick and smooth, with a faint grain that can be felt under a fingertip. It does not need writing. It is peaceful as it is, clean and empty, a small white square in the warm lamplight. The pencil rests beside it. The wood smells faintly of cedar where it has been trimmed. It rolls a little toward the ruler and stops there, settled. Nothing more is needed from it. The pencil, the card, and the ruler have found their quiet arrangement. On the lowest shelf near the chair are books with wide margins and soft cream pages. Their covers are plain, in colors like oatmeal, rain cloud, dry moss, and pale clay. They look less like things to read than things to rest beside. One cover has the color of a foggy morning. Another is warm brown, like toast. Another is faded green, almost the same green as the door. They stand together with no need for attention, adding their gentle colors to the room. The floor near the shelf has a little woven mat. Its threads are thick under the foot, and the pattern is almost gone from long use. The mat is not worn in a tired way. It is worn in a trusted way, shaped by many calm evenings and many slow steps. The kettle gives one low breath of steam. The tea in the pot is darker now, settled and warm. The cloth beside it has taken a little heat from the tray. The whole tea corner feels finished, like a small hearth made of ceramic, leaves, steam, and wood. The rain on the window keeps speaking softly. It touches the awning above the door, travels along the frame, and gathers beyond the sill. Its rhythm has no edge. It asks for nothing. It only fills the spaces between the shelves. Near the back of the shop, a tall plant stands in a clay pot. Its leaves are broad and dark, with a satin shine. A few drops of water rest on the leaves from earlier care, round and still. The plant leans toward the lamp in a slow, contented way. The clay pot is cool and slightly rough. Around its base, a saucer holds no water now, only a clean crescent of reflected light. The plant is cared for. The soil is dark and level. The leaves are still. This small corner is already at rest. Beside the plant is a small wooden stool with a folded blanket on it. The blanket is heavier than the throw on the chair, made of thick wool in muted gray. It waits there for colder evenings, when the rain has more wind inside it. This evening needs only the lighter throw. The heavier blanket remains folded, square, and calm. Its corners line up neatly. Its weight is held by the stool. It has no work tonight, and that is also restful. A high window at the back shows only darkness and rain. The glass there is smaller, divided into little panes. Each pane holds a different softened shape of light, one from the lamp, one from the cabinet, one from the pale wall beside the shelf. The divided panes make the rain sound a little higher and finer. The drops touch them in a delicate pattern, like fingertips on small drums covered in cloth. The sound blends with the deeper rain at the front window until there is only one wide, gentle hush. A narrow stairway rises along the back wall to a tiny upper landing. The landing holds boxes, a low shelf, and a folded ladder lying safely against the wall. There is no need to go up. Everything visible from below is ordinary and complete. The boxes are labeled in simple words for the shop: spare cloths, paper bags, empty jars, soft twine. The labels make the landing feel plain and peaceful. Useful items rest in their places for another day. The stairway feels settled. The landing is known. The boxes are ordinary. The ladder is folded. The shop remains on the warm ground floor where the chair waits, the tea rests, and the rain gathers softly at the windows. On the wall near the stairs hangs a small framed print of leaves. The lines are simple and pale, showing stems, rounded leaves, and the gentle curve of a branch. The frame is wood, darker at the corners, smooth along the sides. The picture gives the wall a soft memory of trees without bringing the outside in too strongly. It is only a quiet green shape in warm light. It belongs there beside the books, where paper, wood, rain, and leaves all seem related. The rain on the window becomes a little lighter for a while. Individual drops can be heard again, each one arriving in its own soft way before joining the rest. The lane outside remains blurred. The bookshop remains warm. A drawer beneath the counter sits open by a small handspan. Inside are bookmarks, brown envelopes, and a roll of pale string. The drawer slides inward with a smooth wooden whisper. It meets the frame softly, and that small, unfinished thing is finished. The counter is clear, the drawer is closed, the tea tray is tidy. The lamp on the counter makes a green pool of light. The old brass bell above the door hangs still. Every small object seems to have lowered itself into rest. The chair near the front window looks deeper now because the room around it has grown calmer. The cushion keeps its easy shape. The throw is open across the seat. The side table waits with the cup, the closed book, and the softened circle of lamplight. Returning to the chair feels like returning to the warm center of the evening. The wool touches the hands first, then the knees, then settles with a quiet weight. The chair takes in the body slowly and gives back steady support. The rain on the window is close beside the chair. It is not cold from here. It is only sound and silver movement. A drop travels down the pane, joins another, and makes a thicker line that glows for a moment in the lamp. The cup is lifted again. The tea is cooler, easy to hold, with a mellow scent. Its warmth moves into the palms. The cup returns to the table. The sound is small and rounded. The hand rests open on the wool. The closed book beside the cup has a cloth cover with no shine. Its corners are softened. Its pages are slightly uneven along the edge, a pale, feathered line. It can stay closed. A closed book can be as comforting as an open one. The shelf nearest the chair holds a row of notebooks. Their spines have no titles, only colors, soft gray, warm tan, faded blue, muted green. They stand quietly, like little blocks of calm weather. They are empty enough to be restful. No writing is needed. No reading is needed. No choice is needed. The notebooks stay in their row, and the pencil stays on the front table, and the blank card stays under the green glass weight. Everything not used is still part of the piece. The lamp hums without sound, steady and low. Its shade is warm near the bottom and dim near the top. The brass stem catches a narrow line of light. The table beneath it is worn smooth, where cups and books have rested through many rainy evenings. The old shop has the kind of quiet that comes from being used gently. No corner feels empty. No corner feels crowded. Each object has enough space, and every space has enough warmth. The room is full without being busy. The rain on the window returns to a deeper rhythm. It layers itself over the roof, the awning, the lane, and the small back panes. The sound comes from all sides, and still it feels soft, as if the whole building is wrapped in a woolen cover. A low shelf beneath the front window holds a row of small jars filled with simple things for the shop. One jar holds paper clips. One holds short pencils. One holds smooth buttons kept for bookmarks and cloth ties. The lids are closed, and the glass is clean. The jars catch little pieces of lamplight. They make soft circles on the shelf and tiny reflections on the window. Nothing in them needs sorting. They are already neat, already useful, already resting in their clear places beneath the rain. Beside the jars is a shallow wooden bowl. In it are folded slips of thick paper, all blank, all cream-colored, ready for notes that do not need to be written tonight. Their corners line up gently. The bowl smells faintly of dry wood and old polish. The shelf beneath the window closes into stillness. Jars, bowl, paper, and rainlit glass all belong together there. The eye can rest on them and move away without carrying any thought along. A curtain hangs at one side of the window, drawn back with a plain cloth tie. The fabric is heavy linen, soft from washing, the color of warm oatmeal. It does not cover the rain. It only frames it, making the window feel sheltered from within. The linen has a quiet texture, small threads crossing small threads, holding the lamplight in a gentle way. Near the bottom hem, the cloth folds into calm waves. The folds are still. The rain beyond them moves slowly down the glass. The curtain tie rests in a soft knot, neither tight nor loose. Its fabric has warmed in the room. It holds the linen gently aside, leaving the rain visible and the window calm. There is a faint scent of rain from the coat by the door. The coat is drying slowly, giving back the cool outdoor air it carried in. Around it, the room adds wool, wood, paper, tea, and lamplight until even the damp scent becomes gentle. The green door remains closed, with its brass knob catching a little glow. The bell above it is quiet. The awning outside shelters the step. The lane beyond the step shines in rain. All entrances and exits are simple and settled. A small cushion sits on the floor beside the chair, meant perhaps for resting feet. It is covered in brown cloth, soft at the edges, firm in the middle. It slides into place under the heels and gives the body one more point of ease. Weight moves downward, shoulders loosen, hands warm, the wool throw rests, the cup rests, the closed book rests. The old bookshop keeps the rain outside and the lamplight inside. The room now offers only what is already calm. The cart is empty, the drawer is closed, the plant is watered, the stairway is known, the tea is poured, the books are shelved, the chair is warm. Every small thing is finished before the room grows quieter. The old bookshop has become a place made only of completed gestures and soft surfaces. The rain on the window remains the same and not the same. A little tap, a little slide, a low hush along the awning, a pale line down the pane, a gentle shine on the lane. Now the room becomes simpler. There is only the chair, the table, the lamp, and the window. The body settles deeper into the cushion. The throw grows warmer across the knees. The cup is still, and the book lies closed beside it. The room seems to lower its voice. Even the floorboards are quiet. The shelves stand in long, dark rows, each row holding its own soft shadow. The lamps make small islands of light, and beyond each island the shop fades into a gentle brown hush. The rain returns again, not as news, not as weather to think about, only as a steady sound. It touches the window. It touches the awning. It runs in the gutter. It wraps the lane and leaves the bookshop warm. Thoughts loosen in the same way drops loosen from the glass. They gather, slide, and are gone. The eye rests on the lamp, then on the book, then on the rain-bright window, and each place is simple enough to hold without effort. The old bookshop has no clock in sight. The evening does not need one. The lamps know their work. The rain knows its rhythm. The chair knows how to hold stillness. The shelves know how to keep quiet company. A faint warmth comes from the teacup even after the last steam has gone. The ceramic keeps a little heat in its rounded sides. The fingers rest near it, not needing to lift it. The warmth is simply there, like the lamp, like the wool, like the room. Outside, water beads along the lower edge of the window and falls beyond the sill. Each drop leaves the glass clearer for a moment before the next soft line forms. The lane remains empty and peaceful, shining under the blurred lamps. Inside, the green door is still. The brass bell above it is still. The coat on the peg is still. The rugs lie flat. The cart waits empty. The shelves stand full. Everything has found its place. The evening grows lighter, and fewer things ask to be named. The rain is enough. The lamp is enough. The bookshop, warm and old and gentle, is enough. The chair holds, the throw warms, the cup rests, the window glows. Rain on glass, warm wool, low light. A page lies closed beside the cup. The shelves are quiet. The lane is soft with rain. The lamp is steady. The room is safe. Rain on the window. Warmth in the chair. Books at rest. Rain and lamp and wool. A soft glass. A soft light. Quiet shelves. A warm room. Rain. A lamp. Rest.